Continue reading Brahma Samhita 5.24. Uvacha puratas tasmai tasya divya saraswati kama krishnaya govinda he gopi jana iti api valabhaya priya vaner mantram te dasyati priyam. Then the goddess of learning, Saraswati, the divine consort of the Supreme Lord, said thus to Brahma, who saw nothing but gloom in all directions, O Brahma. This mantra viz. Klim Krishnaya Govindaya Gopijana Vallabhaya Swaha will assuredly fulfill your heart's desire. The mantra, consisting of the 18 divine letters prefixed by the Kama Bija, is alone super excellent. It has a twofold aspect. One aspect is that it tends to make the pure soul run after all attractive Sri Krishna, the Lord of Gokula, and the divine milkmaids. This is the acme of the spiritual tendency of jivas. When the devotee is free from all sorts of mundane desires and willing to serve the Lord, he attains the fruition of his heart's desire, viz. The love of Krishna. But in the case of the devotee who is not of unmixed aptitude, this super excellent mantra fulfills his heart's desire also. The transcendental Kama Bija is inherent in the divine Logos located in Goloka, and the Kama Bija, pervertedly reflected in the worldly affairs, satisfies all sorts of desires of this mundane world. Tapas tvam tapa itena tava siddhir bhavishyati. O Brahma, do thou practice spiritual association by means of this mantra, then all your desires will be fulfilled. Its purpose is clear. Atha tepe sa suchiram prinam govindam avyayam sweta vita patim krishnam goloka stham parad param prakritya guna rupinya paryupasitam sahasra dala sampanne koti kinjalka brimhite bhomischinta manis tatra karnikare mahasane samasinam chid anandam jyoti rupam sanatanam sabda brahma mayam venum vadayantam mukham buje vilasini gana vritam swair amsair abhistutum. Brahma, being desirous of satisfying Govinda, practiced the cultural acts for Krishna in Goloka, Lord of Svetadvip, for a long time. His meditation ran thus: there exists a divine lotus of 1,000 petals augmented by millions of filaments. In the transcendental land of Goloka, on its wall there exists a great divine throne on which is seated Sri Krishna, the form of eternal effulgence of transcendental bliss, playing on his divine flute resonant with his divine sound. With his lotus mouth, he is worshipped by his amorous milkmaids with their respective subjective portions and extensions, and also by his external energy, who stays outside embodying all mundane qualities. Although the object of meditation is fully transcendental, yet owing to her nature, which is permeated with the quality of active mundane hankering Maya, the non-spiritual potency of Krishna, embodying the principles of mixed sattva, rajas and tamas, in the forms of Durga and other non-spiritual powers, meditated on the Supreme Lord Krishna as the object of their worship. So long as there is any trace of mundane desire in one's heart, it is the object of worship of Maya Devi Durga, who has to be worshipped by such a person. Nevertheless, the fulfillment of one's heart's desire results from the worship of the object of worship of Maya Devi, and not from the worship of Maya Devi herself. This is in accordance with the sloka akamaha sarva kamaha va moksha kama udaradi tivrena bhakti yogena yajate purusam param. Srimad Bhagavatam 2.3.10. The meaning of this sloka of the Bhagavatam is that though the gods, as distinct manifestations of the Supreme Lord are bestowers of sundry specific boons, yet a sensible person should worship the all-powerful Supreme Lord, giver of all good, with unalloyed devotion, without worshipping those mundane gift-giving deities. Accordingly, Brahma meditated upon Krishna in Goloka, the object of the worship from a distance of Maya Devi. True devotion is unalloyed devotional activity, free from all mundane desire. The devotion of Brahma, etc., is not unmixed devotion, but there is a stage of unmixed predilection even in devotion for the attainment of one's selfish desire. This has been fully described in the concluding 5 slokas of this work. That is the easiest method of divine service prior to the attainment of self-realization by fallen souls. Atha venu ninadasya trayi murti mai gati sphuranti pravisheshasu pravivesasu mukhabjani swayam bhuva gayatrim gayatas tasmat adigatya sarojajha samaskritas-chadi guruna dvijatam agamat tata. Then Gayatri, mother of the Vedas, being made manifest, i.e., imparted by the divine sound of the flute of Sri Krishna, entered into the lotus mouth of Brahma, born from himself. Through his 8 ear holes, the lotus-born Brahma, having received the Gayatri, sprung from the flute song of Sri Krishna, attained the status of the twice-born, having been initiated by the Supreme Primal Preceptor, Godhead himself. The sound of Krishna's flute is the transcendental blissful sound. Hence, the archetype of all Veda is present in it. The Gayatri is Vedic rhythm. It contains a brief meditation and prayer. Kam Gayatri is the highest of all the Gayatris, because the meditation and prayer contained in it are full of the perfect transcendental sportive activities which are not to be found in any other Gayatri. The Gayatri that is attained as the sequel of the 18-lettered mantra is Kam Gayatri, which runs thus: Klim Kam Devaya Vidmahe Pushpa Banaya Dhimahi Tanno Ananga Prachodayat. In this Gayatri, the realization of the transcendental pastimes of Sri Gopijana Vallabha, after perfect meditation and the prayer for the attainment of the transcendental God of love, are indicated in the spiritual world. There is no better mode of endeavor for securing the super excellent ras bedewed love. As soon as that Gayatri entered into the ear holes of Brahma, he became the twice-born and began to chant the Gayatri. Whoever has received the same Gayatri in reality has attained his spiritual rebirth, the status of a twice-born that is obtained in accordance with one's worldly nature and lineage by the fettered souls in this mundane world is far inferior to that of the twice-born who obtains admission into the transcendental world, because the initiation or acquisition of transcendental birth as a result of spiritual initiation is the highest of glories, inasmuch as the jiva is thereby enabled to attain the transcendental realm. Traya prabuddho atha vidher vyagyata tattva sagaraha tusthava veda sarena Strone nanena keshavam. Enlightened by the recollection of that Gayatri embodying the 3 Vedas, Brahma became acquainted with the expanse of the ocean of truth. Then he worshipped Sri Krishna, the essence of all Vedas, with this hymn. Brahma thought thus within himself: by the recollection of Kam Gayatri, it seems to me that I am the eternal maidservant of Krishna. Though the other mysteries in regard to the condition of the maidservant of Krishna were not revealed to him, Brahma, by dint of his searching self-consciousness, became well acquainted with the ocean of truth. All the truths of the Vedas were revealed to him, and with the help of those essences of the Vedas, he offered this hymn to the Supreme Lord, Sri Krishna. Sriman Mahaprabhu has taught this hymn to his favorite disciples inasmuch as it fully contains all the transcendental truths regarding the Vaishnava philosophy. Readers are requested to study and try to enter into the spirit of his hymn with great care and attention as a regular daily function. Chintamani prakarasadmasu kalpa vriksha laksa vrita susura bhira bhipalayantam Lakshmi sahasrasata sambrama sevamanam Govindam adi purusham tamaham bhajami. I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, the first progenitor, who is tending the cows, yielding all desire, in abodes built with spiritual gems, surrounded by millions of purpose trees, always served with great reverence and affection by hundreds of thousands of Lakshmis or Gopis. By the word Chintamani is meant transcendental gem, just as Maya builds this mundane universe with the 5 material elements, so the spiritual Chit potency has built the spiritual world of transcendental gems. The Chintamani, which serves as material in the building of the abode of the Supreme Lord of Goloka, is a far rarer and more agreeable entity than the philosopher's stone. The purpose tree yields only the fruits of piety, wealth, fulfillment of desire, and liberation, but the purpose trees in the abode of Krishna bestow innumerable fruits in the shape of checkered divine love. Kamadhenus, cows, yielding the fulfillment of desire, give milk when they are milked. But the Kamadhenus of Goloka pour forth oceans of milk in the shape of the fountain of love, showering transcendental bliss that does away with the hunger and thirst of all pure devotees. The word Laksa and Sahasra Sata signify endless numbers. The word Sambrama or Sadara indicates being situated with love. Here Lakshmi denotes Gopi. Adi Purusha means he who is the primeval Lord.